Ladies and gentlemen, hey, we are now live. Thank you very much, Yvonne, for joining us. I'm glad that you're here. Just a few bits, we finish up this setup. We are also going live on YouTube. And if you can see us on YouTube, let me know. Drop in the chat, just say hi. I really appreciate each one of you. Some guys on the YouTube, some of we have Yvonne here live on the Zoom meeting. Monica, karibu sana. So I would like to take a few minutes and just say, karibu, let me know where you're joining us from. So we will be using the chat a lot. So let me mention that. So just take a time. Let me know where are you joining us from. Leave it in the comment. And let me also know what is your expectation for this evening. Yeah, it's going to be a great learning experience. Karibuni sana. Yeah, I had it put on my video. We'll be starting in the next 5 minutes. But in the meantime, we will be interacting live here. And yeah, there's Daniel Baidi saying hi on our YouTube channel. Karibu sana. Abdirashid Jife also joining us on YouTube. Welcome. Let me know where you're joining us from and what is your expectation for this evening. I can see Yvonne here live. Monica, Karibu sana. It's going to be a great learning experience, great evening ahead of us, where I will be sharing with you how do you get started? How do you get to that six-figure salary, even without a degree or master's? And then I'm not saying it's bad to have a degree. I'm not saying it's bad to have the master's. It is okay. But how do you get past that? Abdi Rashid joining us all the way in Somalia, Karibu sana. I can see Daniel joining from Freeland, Sierra Leone, West Africa, Karibu sana. Let me check in the chat here. So here, if you're here live with me on Zoom, I would appreciate if also you can drop in the chat. Let me know where you're joining us from and what is your expectation for this evening, yeah? So as you share that, I will be able to read them through. We will getting started. I think we have 3 more minutes before we get started. Yeah, okay, I think our setup is all around. Let me know if you can hear me clearly, especially people who are together with me on Zoom. Let me know you can hear me clearly. Let me know you can be able to see me clearly. Drop it in the chat. Let me know. Harold Hassan, Karibu sana. You're very much welcome in this session. Monica, you're very much welcome. Yvonne, I can see more people here joining us on the live stream. Make sure if you're joining us on the live stream on YouTube, just give us a like, thumbs up, drop it in the chat. Also, let me know where you're joining us and what is your expectation for this evening. Because I can assure you, some of the stuff that I'm going to share with you this evening are going to be a very great game changer, as in you wouldn't have thought about some of these things, but yes, you will be able to do. How do you get to that six-figure salary? How do you position yourself for success? Thank you very much. I can see Andrew Mutua joining us from Imara Daima in Nairobi, saying that he can hear me loud and clear. Thank you very much, Andrew. I appreciate that. Oh, so as I was saying, this is going to be a great learning experience. Some of the things that I'm going to share with you, some of the insights that I've been able to gather over the last 10 years, being in this field where I'm helping people who are looking for jobs as a career coach, as I guide people through this journey of career progression and how they can be able to make the most out of it. It's going to be very great. Harun Hassan from Westlands, welcome very much. I appreciate that. I can see more people joining us on now the Zoom. Paris, Sharon Paris, you're very much welcome. Raymond Coril, Karibu sana. Let me know where you're joining us from. There is Aus. Let me know where you're joining us from. This is great. I think we are getting a very big number. And this is great. Just back to my point is that as a career coach, there are some things that I've seen that really work and some you can be able to replicate. Some years back, I wrote an article saying, what are the characteristics of candidates who always get jobs? And the purpose of that was to show you, what have I seen in all these candidates that end up being successful? And once you understand what they do to be successful, then you can be able to replicate that. You can be able to double down on it and model it. I think Tony Robbins is the one who said that success always leaves clue. And instead of reinventing the wheel again, why not just model success? Model success, and you will be able to be successful. And I'm very, very happy that each one of you have taken the time to join us. I can see Mubil Haurid, hi from India. Could you suggest some books for corporate skills, professional development as engineer employee in a company to grow? Thank you very much. I think I saw your comment at some point. I responded to it, but you wanted one specifically for corporate skills. I think as an engineer is to think about how do you position. I suggested you read The Compound Effect. That is general personal development. But for corporate, I can also suggest, make sure you take a look at a book. It's called From Good to Great by Collins. Yeah, I think Collins somebody, yeah? Good to Great. Check out that book. It will be of help. That okay? Those who are here with me, I can see more people have joined. There is Francis Getao. Welcome. Let me know in the chat where you're joining us from. I think that is my timer. And thank you, Francis, for joining. Someone within Phoenix, there's Mary, there's Monica, Nancy, Omamo, welcome, Raymond, Coril, Sharon Paris, William. Let me know in the chat, where are you joining us from? I think I just need to get back now to my presentation. Our time is up. I don't want to spend more time. I want us to away as we continue. So 3, 2, I think we are set to go. Welcome everyone. And I want to share with you this great evening. How do you get to that 6-figure salary even without a degree or master's? Please note, I'm not saying that a degree is bad or master's is bad, but if you don't have it, should that be the thing that holds you back? No. If you have the degree, well and good. If you have the master's, that can even be an added advantage. But today we are going to take this great leap. I want to say this. Now, I'm guessing for a lot of you, this is probably not your first seminar or training. The first thing I want to mention is that if you have failed to earn more money in the past, it is not your fault. There is a lot of information out there and it can be confusing. Many times that information overload keeps you from success. It's okay. If you have ever been concerned in the past that you just can't succeed in employment, I want to put those fears to rest. You just need the right person to explain it to you. The society, on the other hand, has perpetuated the message that you need to be an entrepreneur for you to be successful. Most people, as a matter of fact, are better off as employees. They are more satisfied and have higher productivity. The big corporation, the education system, and the government wants you to think that you need some fancy college degree for you to be successful. I'm here to tell you they are wrong. They have their own reasons for wanting you to think that, but it is not true. If you have ever thought that the government, the education system, wants you to fail, you're probably right. They don't benefit from you succeeding. They want to keep you in debt and in need. The difference with us is that we actually care about your success and truly want to see you living the life of your dreams. So that is what we are here for. I know you have that dream job, that which will give you the highest satisfaction and utilize your potential, your full potential. I want to show you how to make that happen during this training session. And if you're ready, let me know in the chat that yes, you are ready to get started. I have received some 2 conversations here. Yes, Paris, you're saying you're joining. Sharon Paris, you're joining us from Nairobi. Karibu sana. Francis, hi everyone. My name is Francis, joining from Molo, Kenya. This is great. Mary M, ready? Yes, let me know. Yeah, you're ready to get started. I'm happy to know that. So I can think I've also seen more people have joined. So the question is, are you ready to get started? Are you ready for this learning experience? Monica, there is Nancy. There is someone with the Oppo. Ray, Wilberforce, Karibu Sam, Damaris, Rob, Karibu, Linus. There is Tutu Chelal. Oh, all these people have joined us. Let me check on. I think I can be able to see more people right here on our YouTube channel. Yes, I can see what Bill said. Yes, thank you a lot. He's ready, Abdurrashid, ready Titus, joining us in Mombasa, Karibu Sana, and you're ready to go. This is very, very exciting, and I'm very happy we can get started. So as we start, I want you to do this simple exercise. If it is possible, close your eyes. And I want you to imagine you attending an interview. And at the end of that interview, the hiring manager tells you, you are hired. How would you feel? And secondly, once you've got that job and you've started working there, you receive a payslip at the end of the month. That is, your basic salary is 180,000. Your house allowance is 50,000. Medical allowance, 25,000. And your commuting allowance is 15,000. All this adding up to 270,000. How would that make you feel? I want you to imagine that. I had to pause for a minute and let that soak in and just absorb that. How would you feel? And once you have that, my first question that I want to ask, and I want us to be very interactive, as I say, is to ask you, what does a six-figure salary mean to you? I have asked this question to so many of my clients, and the kind of answers I get are so varied. And I want to know from you. So take a moment, just drop it in the chat. What does a six-figure salary mean to you? Some people tell me it's about financial freedom. Some tell me it's about buying their dream home, holiday, and all that. So in your particular case, I want you to let me know in the chat, what does a six-figure salary mean to you? Thank you, Taita. Is it Taita's Chelal? You're saying sound difficulties. Okay, let me check if it is on my end with my team. But if the rest you can hear me, I'll be happy to know that. William, you're saying you're joining us from Nairobi. Thank you very much. What does a six-figure salary mean to you? That is what I want to know. More people joining us. I think there's a problem also. Let me confirm and check my net. But as I confirm that the network is working and everything, let me know, what does a six-figure salary mean to you? Faith, you've joined us. Harun Hassan, what does a six-figure mean to you? Drop it in the chat. I am fixing my sound. I'll be back. I think I had a little bit of unstable internet. I want to fix it right now, so don't go anywhere. I want you to tell me, what does a six-figure salary mean to you? So that it becomes easy to know how we go. Hopefully, let me check my sound now is okay. If my sound, you can now hear me correctly, let me know. Ready? Okay, good. Give me some feedback. More people joining us. Patrick, welcome. What does a six-figure salary mean to you? Neo Ray, Karibu Sana, Patrick, there's Lidas, Simar. Yeah. So Abdir, she say, my next figure salary. Yes, that is very good. Harold, you're saying a six-figure means that I can live the life comfortably. That is very correct. Once you are able to get to that six-figure salary, you can live your life very comfortable. It enables you to pay for your bills. It enables you to grow. And even, as I can see William say, financial freedom though my goals will increase. Yes, it allows you to achieve your goal. Money is an enabler. And there's nothing wrong with wanting this money, because money is what enables you to get good services. May it be food, may it be healthcare, may it be transportation and education and all that. So it's very, very important. Thank you very much. Raymond Coril say you're joining us from Nairobi. I really appreciate that. Anyone else who would like to share with us, what does a six-figure salary mean? Mary, it means I have more choices, which would make my life kind of easy, for sure. making your life easy. Money is an enabler. Once you have that money, you can be able to board a taxi rather than go with a matatu, or even buy a car by yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that. So thank you very much for your response. I think I can be able to proceed. I can see more people also joining us on the YouTube channel. Some of you are live here with me on Zoom. Let me say this. Who is this training for? I was targeting to help two types of people when I was preparing for this live webinar. Number one, a professional who feels that the lack of a degree is the hindrance to their career progression. So if you're here and the fact that you don't have a degree, that is what you feel that is holding you back, I have some very great news for you. That should not be a problem. Based on what I'm going to share with you this evening, it's just going to throw that excuse out of the window. And the second kind of people, the second group of people that I really, really want to help, someone with or without a degree and feel stuck in their career. If you have that feeling that I am no longer growing in my career, I am stuck, there's no growth, there's no opportunity or opportunities to grow, with or without a degree, I am here to assist you. And you better just take the next 45 minutes, listen through, avoid any distraction or hindrance, because this is going to be a great session for you. My goal, on the other end, is to show you the only way to get to that six-figure salary without a degree or master's is by acquiring what I call the badass pro skills. And the only way you can get these badass pro skills is through a program called the Badass Pro. And I'm going to take a few minutes as we finish up to give you more about that. For those who don't know me, this is the first time interacting with me. I want to say my name is Daniel Mutuku. I am the founder of Career Point Solutions. 10 years ago, I was able to start this company. And I thank God that I have had experience as a recruiter, a career advisor, as a personal and professional development coach. On top of that, I'm a certified digital marketer by Google. And among other groups that I'm a really, really proud member of a group called the League of Young Professionals, also known as LYP. On top of that, I am an author of 3 books. Number one, Facebook for Profit. And when you read through it, it will share with you or teach you how you can easily use Facebook for profit and extra cash, even on a part-time basis. The second book I also was able to author was Blueprint for Success, Guaranteed Steps to Achieving Anything. And at the beginning of this year, I also gave out this book for free called Conquer the Year 2020, Make 2020 the Best Year Ever. I didn't know this year was going to turn the way it has turned, but I'm sure people who were able to use this, it's like a workbook or with so many areas to fill, were able to, they can say actually this year, that was one of the best year ever. I will be dishing out another book, a compilation of the same ideas on how to make 2021, again, the best year ever. So if you want a free copy, just go to YouTube, search my name, Daniel Mutuku. You'll see an image with this, a video with this image about a minute or so, giving you instruction on how you can download it for free. I am not crazy when I'm saying that we have very successful individuals without a degree. And this is just a tip of the iceberg. On my far left here, this is the late Bob Coleman, who ended up being at the helm of the most successful company or profitable company in Eastern Central Africa. He was the CEO of Safaricom. Did you know, by the time he was passing, he did not have a degree? Yeah. The second guy here, very vocal media personality, Maina Kageni, still making a lot of money from employment. Do you know he does not have a degree? And so, yeah, I know Jalango just graduated this year, last month, yeah. But all along, he has been able to amass a lot of wealth and even a lot of success from employment. Still, he didn't have the degree. And so it's the like of Churchill. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. We know these people because they are on the limelight, they're on the media. However, we have thousands and thousands of other great people in the industry making things big without the degree. And I want to help you to get there and understand how did they get there. And I will be able to do that with my short job search story. Back in 2009, when I cleared my schooling, I started looking for it. and it was quite difficult. I remember I'd saved some money, about 2,000 bob from my college. Then after that, I started looking for a job. I photocopied my CV. I made so many copies of my application letter, bought that bunch of brown envelopes, A4 envelopes, and started going office by office, industry by industry, company by company, dropping my CV. Oh, and behold, 2 weeks didn't last. I had dried up all my savings. I hadn't gotten even a single response. And it was that. In 2010, I got my first real job. It took me about 1 year to get a job. But according to Bureau of Statistics, it takes about 2, 3 to 5 years for a fresh graduate, someone from college, to be able to secure a job. For me, that 1 year felt like forever. And I really sympathize with those people who stayed 3, 4, 5 years without a job. But something interesting happened when I got my first job. In the following year, I was invited for over 10 interviews. This is almost an interview every month. But the bad news is that I was not getting the job. And I started wondering why, what is it that I'm doing wrong? Then came 2011 and I got an opportunity of a lifetime. And I said, I must seize this position. At that particular point, I was working as a computer tutor through the program Computer for Schools project. And at that particular point, I was working in Nyanza, Siaya County. I was teaching teachers how to use computers to teach, and also teaching students how to use the computers. Then there was an opportunity here in Nairobi for an international school, which was looking for a teacher, an ICT teacher. And I said, yes, this is the dream job that I want to be in this great international school. And when I went for that interview, I was able to secure that job, and I was so sure I'll get that job because I was able to use what I call the BADAS Pro skills. With the BADAS Pro skills, it is, I'm going to go into details, but let's take a step back and look at how do you get a job? Normally, you apply for as many jobs as possible. If you're lucky, you get invited for an interview. If the interviewers like you, you get that job. And probably it's not your dream job, but because you don't have any other option, you pick up the job. But with BADAS Pro skills, these are tried and tested techniques that will give you predictable results. You know, the moment you execute, the moment you use them, you know the result. It is very predictable. They work for me. I was able to get that job, and I'll give you the story details shortly. But you don't, maybe you want to be a teacher, but take a look at this. There's a gentleman called Alexander who wrote me an email telling me, thank you. I attended a career presentation last time. This Monday, I was invited for a career, this Monday, I was interviewed for the position of liaison officer, Kenya Airways. And Wednesday this week, I got the job. Look at that. Alexander used the same skills and he was able to get a job right away. So it can easily happen to you. Before I move on, I just want to pause here and say, in the course of the next 40 minutes or so, I am going to share with you these two main secrets. Number one, how do you triumph over qualified and experienced candidates? And number two, how to negotiate a six-figure salary. I want to ask you a question, and please be very fast on the chat. I want us to do a fun game here. If we only had time for only one of these secrets, which one would you really, really want to know? Is it number one, how to triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates? Or would it be number two, how to negotiate a six-figure salary? So let me know in the chat. So very quickly, just drop a 1 or a 2. I want to see which one would be the most popular. Already here, I can see Mary goes for number 1. Charles also wants to do number 1. Okay, that is good. Let me check on our YouTube stream also following. Thank you, Mary Morady. I can see we have Daniel share Zoom link here. Okay, I'm going to share the Zoom link. Do I still have it somewhere, or it might take a little bit while? Okay, very good. I can see here. Charles wants to do number 1. Nancy wants to do number 1. David Munyao, number 1. Yvonne wants to do number 1. Also, William, hey, AI wants to know number 2. Okay. M also wants to know number 1. I think number 1 is very popular. Yeah. I have seen someone, let me talk with my team. They can drop the link on where we are. I think, Zobro. Okay, good. So I've dropped the link in our Facebook, not Facebook, we are on link, YouTube. You can use that link. Is the passcode. You can join us on Zoom still, if you so may wish. Oh, I think we had so many of the conversation. Everybody wants to go for number one. M, number one. Raymond, number one. Daniel Jacob, number one. Wilberforce, joined from Nairobi, Imara Daima. Welcome very much. What would you want to know, number one or number two? Or probably it might be a little bit short notice if you are not aware exactly what we are doing. But so I think I just need to continue. I think number one is quite very popular and it's okay. But the good news is we have time for both. Yeah, I think something, okay. Technology is failing me here a little bit. Give me a moment. Okay, I think things are a little bit stuck here, but I would appreciate if you can mute yourself so that we can have a quiet session. Things are a little bit... So anyway, despite the technical difficulty, yeah, if you can be able to mute yourself, it'll be okay. Let me continue and say, let's start with secret number one. The thing is that we have enough time for both of them. The next 40 minutes, we will be done, I think even 30 minutes, yeah? And the first secret is, how do you triumph over more qualified candidates than you, or more experienced candidates than you? I'll go back to the story. You see, that story I told you, I got a job in this international school and it was like my dream job. After that interview, I was so sure that I was going to get that job because I had learned from my previous mistakes. And I had come for an interview here in Nairobi. Then thereafter, I traveled back to Siaya. And when I traveled back to Siaya, it was a Saturday. I remember I was walking mid-morning around 10, 11, walking towards my house. I received a call. And when I picked the call, it was a lady I can remember very clearly. And she told me, hello, Daniel, thank you for coming for the interview yesterday. I'm just calling to inform you that we are offering you the job. I was so happy. I was almost jumping in the middle of the road out of excitement. I was like, yeah, I got the job that I was screaming for. Then later on that afternoon, something a little bit depressing happened, some bad news. I received a call from the same number. And this time around, the person who was calling me was telling me, it was the same lady, just telling me, unfortunately, I'm calling to inform you that we are withdrawing the job offer. I got a little bit confused. I asked, why is that so? And she told me, we took your name to the board. You're the best interviewee. We took your name to the board and the board rejected it. Basically on the ground that they were looking to hire a teacher in a new campus. And this was the first time the students were going through the international exam, that is the IGCSE. And so they wanted someone with experience teaching in an international school. And secondly, they also want someone who has experience taking the student through the international exam and has some qualification in international education. I had none, and yet I was the best interviewee. And I asked, how did I get that? And I can narrow it down to these three simple things. Now, whenever you go for an interview, you have 3 seconds to be able to show these three things straight off the bat the moment you get into that interviewing room. Okay, I don't know why I'm not able to. Okay. Guys, can you hear me clearly? Can you see me clearly? I think technology is failing me here a little bit. And I want to know that we are together. Hopefully I didn't lose you at any point. Are we okay? I can only get to know that if you drop me a chat or you say, oh, and saying we are okay. Okay, thank you very much. Yes. Charles say, yes, we can hear you well and clear. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I think then I will just have to proceed with a bit of some, in my side, I don't know, things are a bit lagging, but let me proceed. Now, the moment you get into that interviewing room, you have about 3 seconds and you should be able to showcase these 3 things straight off the bat. Number 1, you should show them that you are as sharp as a tack. You are mentally acute, clever, intelligent, mentally alert. You are a problem solver. This should come straight off the bat the moment you get into that interviewing room. Number 2, you should be able to show that you are as enthusiastic as hell, showing and having great excitement and interest in that company, in that role, and in that specific job role you are applying for. And number 3, you should be able to show them that you are an expert, you're knowledgeable, you have the skills in that area. This should come straight off the bat you get into that interview room. Now, you might be wondering, how do I do this? This is a learnable skill. I was able to learn these skills. I have taught these skills to other people, and they have seen the same success. Take a look at an email I got from Brian. He told me, I'm grateful for your service. I would like to give you feedback. The CV helped me get 5 interviews. Who gets 5 interviews in this day and age? 3 finance assistant position and 2 finance officer position. Lucky enough, I managed to secure a finance officer job. I'm starting this January. Kindly find answer questions in an interview. In the beginning of this year, I secured a job that I have been dreaming to be a registry officer. Now I am one. Thank you and be blessed. It worked for JOBVITE. Yet another person, a very happy client, saying, thank you guys for writing my CV in a professional way. I secured myself a job within a few months. I'm happy for the results. My current employer was pleased by my CV in such a way I can't explain. I went for 4 interviews and still emerged the best. Question also people sent me when they registered. How long does it take for me to be able to master all these skills and be that eloquent and present myself with a lot of confidence? I have to tell you this. This is a marketplace. You are paid for the value that you bring into the market. You are paid for being valuable as an individual. It takes time to be valuable. It takes time to bring that value into the market. But unfortunately, you're not paid for the time, but you're paid for the value that you bring in. What about office politics? I can assure you with no shadow of doubt, office politics is not going anywhere. But I can teach you how do you use this office politics to your advantage. You might be asking, how do I convince the management that I'm the right candidate? I'm due for promotion. I can take up more responsibilities. I can tell you that is the wrong question. It's very difficult to convince someone or the management or have someone change their mind. The first thing, and I will teach you, how do you influence the management? Because influence is a learnable skill and you can use it to your advantage. Do I need to quit my job? Sometimes, yes, you need to quit your job, but most of the time you don't need to quit your job. I can help you identify these opportunities within your specific place where you are at. And if you have to leave your job or quit your job, I will show you the red flags that we need to look for. Is it possible for me? If that is a question that you have, I want to tell you, yes, it is possible for you. It happened to me. It happened to Alexander. There's Jane. There's Chepkurui. Who else? There was Brian. And you can see, yeah, it can equally happen to you. So I want to say this with a lot of confidence and a lot of conviction that it is possible to triumph over other candidates who are more qualified and experienced. And I want you to repeat this after me. If you're in a place you can say it out loud, go ahead, say it out loud. If you're in a place you can't say it out loud, people around you might think you're going crazy. Just say it quietly, but with a lot of conviction. And we can say it together. It is possible to triumph over other candidates who are more qualified and experienced than you. Are we together? Now, before I go to my second secret that I want to share with you, are we together so far? If you're good, let me know. Let's go say, yes, we're good. Charles, you say you can hear me. Someone with a Huawei saying no sound. Daniel, I can hear you. Just the presentation is frozen, sound has slight issues. Okay. Thank you for the feedback. Let me see. Oh, we are good. Charles saying good so far. CPA, we are good. Okay. Yes, we can hear. Oh, great. And the presentation is also going well. Hopefully it is not frozen. Yeah, it is fine. We good. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think then that is great. That is great news to hear that we are doing well. So I have some limited options where I am. I'm not able to do some stuff. People who are together with us on YouTube, can you hear us? You're okay? Let me know in the chat also. I want to know. Yes, I can see Boniface, you're saying, I can hear you. Everything is fine. Thank you. There's Becky. We can hear you very well. AI, I got 3 interview invitation, all from international organization based in Kenya. Oh, this is great. All came in a span of 2 months. I could not attend the last one since I was just 1 week into the job in the second organization, cannot manage to ask even the first week. You can't manage to ask for an off. This is after Daniel got you assisted to it by CV. Oh my God. Thank you very much. I didn't know this is a testimonial for AI. I really appreciate you doing this. Just telling people outright, yeah, this is a guy who got 3 job invitation, international organization, got a job. Thank you very much. I wish I could just let me know what is your name. What's your name? And I will use this. You can see it is possible. It happens. Wilberforce, we are okay, loud and clear. That is A. Wambogo. If you like to give me, for me to give you a shout out, just drop a chat because I can't see all the other participants. I can only see the chat as it flows. As I told you from my side, things are a little bit frozen, but the fact that you can hear me and the presentation is going on okay, I am good to go. So AI, let me know your name, AI87. Thank you very much for that testimonial here with us live. I want to go, can we go now to the second secret? Are we good? We can go to the second secret. If you're good, just let me know, say yes, or number 2, here we go. Drop that in the chat, and then we can be able to proceed. Are we good to go? I don't know if you can put a thumbs up. Yes, I can see, yeah, good to go, CPA, correct. There's Neo, there's M, there's Mary, Charles, good to proceed. Great. I think this is the best way we can converse. I want it to be at, there's C, there's Wilberforce. Let me continue. How do you negotiate that 6-figure salary? And it is important for you to know this. Now, when I was doing my research for this presentation, I came across this study done by JOBVITE. And they say that for 84% of salary negotiations always result to higher pay. I was a bit excited because this is good news. I said, if you negotiate for a higher salary, chances of you getting it is, again, very high. Then the next piece of statistics was a bit disappointing, where it says that only 14% of employees negotiate for salaries in their current job. And this is very true. Most people leave salary negotiations only when you are going for a new position, when you are interviewing for another job in another company, but very few try to negotiate in their current position. Probably in the chat, you can let me know. Have you ever tried to negotiate salary in your current position or in your organization where you're at? And if so, how did it go? Can we prove that chances of you getting a higher salary is high? But I will read them as they come. I can see CPA K Nelson saying, I have tried. How did it go? Good or bad? Did it end up as a raise or a bad one? M saying, nope, never tried. Okay, so you're among the people who wait until you're going to the next job. So CPA Nelson, was it good or bad? Let me know when you tried. And if, okay, something else coming in the chat. Now, when I came to learn this, I interrogated a little bit further, not just taking the statistics. And I came to realize it is because of something called egocentric bias. Charles says, I have tried, went out well, very good. So you're confirming that if you try, you will be able to get a higher salary. I'm happy to see that. Neo, Ray, you're saying, haven't tried either. You see people fear. Yes, people fear. And I want going to In the next slide, I'll show you how you can stop that fear from holding you back from negotiating, because it is how you do the approach. Harun Hassan, during COVID, we are told to take a pay cut. Yes, I know you can be able to take a pay cut because of the industry and the economy, which is very okay. I have been also in a position as a consultant. I've been working and I had to get a pay cut, which I totally understand. But let's just think beyond the COVID. Is it possible? Have you ever tried to negotiate even when there was no this pandemic? Yeah. Nelson, you're saying tried, but it was not all that promising. Okay. Probably it is the approach that you took. So let me go ahead and help see how I can help you to make this happen. Now, let's talk about the reason why chances of succeeding is very high, yet very few people do that, is because of a concept I came to learn called egocentric bias. And the whole concept behind this egocentric bias is that we are so much concerned with our own affairs that we don't actually see what is happening in the outside. So this is how it plays out in the workplace. You're doing your job, you're meeting your targets, you're bringing in the revenue, you are really making your job and you're really beating the target and everything is running well. And you're wondering, how comes my boss, my supervisor, does not see the amount of work I put in, the results that I'm bringing in for them to give me a raise? But on the flip side, the boss again is so much concerned with his own affairs, with his own department, that he doesn't see what you're doing as an individual. And so if you don't really ask for it, it will never come. And the point here I want to say is that anyone who is confident enough to try usually succeeds. And it starts with that confidence. I need to go and renegotiate my salary. But how then do you negotiate? I can see Nelson say it was not very promising. Somebody said some people fear. Is it because of the approach? So what is the best approach so that you eliminate that fear and ensure that it is always promising? I want to give you 3 tips. Tip number 1, and it might sound very simple. You need to know how much you want to earn before you start negotiating. Know the salary that you want before you start negotiating. It might sound very simple, stupid, but you will be surprised how many people I have been with at the interview table. Ask them, how much do you want? They came saying they want a higher salary. Ask them how much, and they say, I want more. And I'm like, if you're getting 50,000 and I give you now 50,001 shilling on top, isn't that more? They're like, no, not like that. Like how? You should be very sure of that figure. You should have it in your head. Is it 100,000? Is it 150? Is it 270,000 that you want? Now, this figure again should not be just another arbitrary figure that you pull in the thin air. It should be based on your value. It should be based on your worth. So the question I want to ask, do you know your worth? Do you know your value? Because it is very difficult for you to start negotiating if you don't know your worth. Once you have that clear in your mind, this is what I'm worth, and you have evidence to support that. The next tip I want to give to you is that you need to make the company realize your value. Egocentric bias, you know your value. They don't know unless you tell them, unless you make it clear for them, lay it out, bringing in all and any evidence to support that. And if you do a good job of that, you are able to showcase what is your worthwhile, what is your meaningful contribution, what is it that they stand to lose if you're no longer there. So if the only argument you have for a pay raise is that I have been here for the last 10 years, the days that we depended on tenure for you to get the pay raise are long gone. And you should be able to only have this conversation based on value, your meaningful contribution. And that tip I want to share with you, you should be able to use comparables to justify your higher salary. Yes, because the question I want to ask, do you know how much someone like you, with skills like you, with qualification just like you, in an industry that you're in right now, on average, how much should they be paid? Because if you don't know this, then it becomes difficult to justify it. We have tools. I'll share with you tools that will help you identify your worth. Like right now, how much should you be paid? So because without these comparables, it becomes very difficult to justify. I want you to take a look at this email, yeah? This is a gentleman who is called Julius, sent me an email telling me, I am writing to appreciate your work. It is barely 2 months after I used your reviewed CV. I'm glad that I have landed 2 jobs. I have taken the one I preferred, and I'm working towards completing my course. That is M&E, Monitor and Evaluation, a course we offer here at Career Point Solutions. So Career Point Solutions, you are the best. Yours sincerely, Julius. Almost the same kind of conversation that there is a gentleman here called AI who dropped a chat. Think about this. A guy 2 months down the line gets 2 jobs, takes the one that they prefer. Another email I got from a gentleman called Lawrence. He told me, Dear Daniel, I'm happy to inform you that after you guys reviewed my resume, I received 3 different calls for interviews within a span of 24 hours. Within a span of 1 week, I attended all the interviews, and fortunately enough, I secured all the 3 jobs. This was after a pregnant search for a job for 1 whole year. I only had the difficult task choosing which one to go for, but eventually I opted for one and politely and professionally declined the other 2. Thanks a great deal, and please convey my gratitude to the entire team. Again, almost same to what this gentleman here said. So my question that I want to ask to you right now, if you got 2 job offers, 3 job offers, or 4 or more, and you have to pick one and let go the other, which criteria will you use to decide, I'll take job A and I'll let go job B? Let me know. What will you use? What will be like the first thing that you will use to decide, I'll take this job, I'll let go this job? I want you to drop it in the chat, and I want you to be very genuine and very frank and open. And if you're frank, I will call you out. If you're just being modest, using nice words, I will also call you out. So the question is, you get 2 job offers, 3 job offers, and you have to pick one and let go the other. What will you use as the criteria to decide which job to pick and which to let go? Let me know in the chat. I am here. I will read your chat. Thank you very much. Edwin Nyongesa said, clearly hearing you. I think, yeah, you said that on our YouTube live broadcast. Thank you. There is Sharon. You joined us. Hey, Sharon, we have been communicating on email and also on Facebook. Hopefully you got the link that I sent you. I appreciate that. I can see Charles, you're saying what you will use to decide is pay and also opportunity for growth. Thank you very much. Pay, number 1. And you're very frank. I can see Boniface talking about job security. Yeah, I think that is a good term, but what is job security? You want to be paid for longer. You want to make sure that you have that job, yeah? Nancy, you're talking about company structure and pay. Thank you for that, but I like the pay bit, which is the right, not the right answer, but I consider that to be the most important. William talking about pay, culture, work environment. Yes, there is nothing bad with making your decision based on the money. And it is important. And that is why I am here. We are here to talk about the money. Yvonne, you talk about locality. There are some places I can't go. Interesting, Yvonne. Which are these places you can't go? Let me know. Or which are these places you're happy working in, Yvonne? Linus, you talk about pay and growth. Thank you. Pay first, growth. Do you know at the back of that answer, growth is still about money. That means you want to get at a certain level, you want to grow and earn more, which is totally okay. Sharon, you're talking about, I will choose the one that pays well and enable me to grow. Thank you very much. The same point. Anyone on our YouTube live, drop it in the chat. I'll be able to read it through. Okay. You're talking about pay and opportunity to grow, which is very okay. I think it is overwhelming that people make the decision based on which company is paying well, and it is okay. There is nothing wrong with that. Back to my presentation. Let me say this, yeah? It is possible for you to negotiate for a 6-figure salary and get it. And I want you to repeat this after me as we did the first time. If you can say it out loud, go ahead, say it out loud. If you can't and people around you might think you're going crazy, it's okay. Say it quietly, but with a lot of conviction, that it is possible to negotiate for a higher salary and get it. It is possible to negotiate for a higher salary and get it. Great. Now, probably these are some of the questions that you're having. How do I network with the right people? It is important for you to position yourself in a network of high net individuals. And that is what I will introduce you to. Because according to LinkedIn, 85% of high paying jobs are gotten through networking. Yeah, 85%. What matters most? Is it experience or qualification? I can tell you it's neither this or that. If you have the experience, use it to your advantage. You have the qualification, use it to your advantage. How do I balance my work and personal life? Yeah, the moment you get to these high-paying jobs, more will be expected of you. And so it is important for you to start thinking, how do I balance my work and professional life? Am I too young? Am I too old? I've seen this question so many times. And it's neither. I've seen young people complaining they're not getting the opportunities because they're young. Others are still complaining that they are not getting the sort of opportunities because they are old. So which is which? None. If you're young, use it to your advantage. If you're old, use it to your advantage too. Take a look at this email I got from Bill Shan. Yeah, April this year. That's about 6 months ago. Saying, thanks. I recently landed my first consultancy with a few Kenya after heeding your well laid out youth-friendly advice. So what I gather, this is a gentleman who is way older than me. He used my youth-friendly advice and it worked. So it's not about the age. It's about, are you able to bring out the results, right? Probably you're asking, how do I measure, track, evaluate my progress? I tell you, it is so sad when I see a professional, an individual taking 3, 5, 10 years down the road, only to realize that they were in the wrong career path. I will share with you, how do you do that? How do I fix myself in the succession plan? This is what we talked about, how you influence the management and you get yourself into their succession plan, even without them knowing. Probably you're asking, what are the qualities of a person worth 6 figures? There are only 6, and I can share with you this acronym, BADAS. I'll get into a minute. I'll tell you more about BADAS and what it stands for. How do I get started? I'm glad you asked. How do you get started in this journey? I want to share with you right now. But before I do that, this is a message just to confirm that you can still get a job despite the current situation. Rahab sent me a message. This is on WhatsApp telling me, hello, Daniel. I hope you are doing well. Sorry, I'm texting you this late. Yeah, it was quite late. It was about 11:31 p.m. But I want to thank you for editing my CV. I have gotten a job despite this tough moment of COVID-19. Thank you also for the free training you sacrificed for. May God bless you so much. My name is Rahab, yeah. And yeah, she's doing the project management course at Career Solutions. So this shows you that, yes, you can be able to get a job, even in these tough moments. My question to you is, if I show you exactly how to get your dream job, do you believe that you can get to that 6-figure salary? If so, let me know in the chat. Just say yes. My question, I want to know, if I show you exactly how to get your dream job, do you believe you can get to that 6-figure salary? If you believe, say yes in the chat. I can see M saying yes. Sharon Perry saying yes. Linus Sirima, yes. Nancy, yes. William, yes. Oh, this is great. Abdul Kadir saying yes. K. C saying yes. Who else is following? I can see Sheila Mukami following us saying yes. Also on YouTube. Thank you very much. There's Charles saying think of 7-figure one. That is great. Do you know a 6-figure salary ranges from 100,000 all the way to 999,000. 999. Only 1 shilling shy of $1 million. But I like that. Yeah. Boniface saying yes. I can see someone saying yes. Please, someone is doodling on the screen. Please stop that. I cannot remove it because my controls are a bit limited. As I told you, things froze on my side. Please, if you can be able to remove that doodle, if you're the one who did that, I would appreciate. Oh, so yeah, my controls are a little bit limited here. Okay, good. So as I move on, I want to say this. Now that we believe, you can be able to get that through this program called the Badass Pro. So is it okay for me to take about a minute or so to share with you about, I want to take, let me say 10 minutes. I share with you about Badass Pro, I define my own destiny. And once you are able to, I'm able to do that, I'll answer any questions that you have. So I want to ask for your permission. Is it okay for me to take about 10 minutes, share with you about the Badass Pro and how it can help you to get to that six-figure salary? Then after that, I'll be able to answer any questions that you might be having. I think we are in good time. Oh, I can see Becky saying yes. Em, you're saying it's okay. Sharon Paris, you're saying it's okay. Charles, sure, go ahead. Raymond saying, please proceed. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I think that is enough. Anyone else? Becky saying, no problem. Asante sana. So then I want to take only 10 minutes. I'll share with you about this Badass Pro and how it can help you to get to that six-figure salary. Then I'll answer all your questions and we will be out of here in good time. I know we said we will end at 9. Probably we might end earlier than that, but I also want to answer all those questions. Now, when I'm here, I am very proud when I say that I am a Badass Pro. I'm very proud when I say that. Number one, because Pro is a professional and the Badass is an acronym. So a Badass professional. So who is this Badass professional? Number one, a professional who is bold, audacious, courageous. They will do what needs to be done. Number two, a professional who is authentic to themselves, to their own skills, and to the potential they have. An individual who is driven, does not need constant supervision for them to do their work. They have the inner drive. An individual who is aggressive, they will go and grab what is theirs. There's nothing that is going to be served to you on a silver platter. You need to be very aggressive and at the same time, very assertive. You know what you want. An individual who is skilled. Remember that question. Which one is more important? Is it skills, is it experience or qualification? Actually, the answer is skills. You can get the skills from experience. You can get the skills from qualification. But the most important thing is to get the skills. So an individual who is skilled. And finally, an individual who is self-assured. Someone who is confident of themselves. So if you join this program called the Badass Pro program today, this is what you're going to get. Number one, you're going to get a 6 weeks coaching program, which is valued at about 100,000. I'm not saying that is what I'm charging, or I'll charge you for the program, but the value you're going to get out of it is about 100,000. This 6 weeks of coaching, the first week, I will share with you how do you get started, because that is where most people have the problem. So we'll find out how we get started. Week two, we'll look at how do you get to know your worth? Like how much should you be paid right now? Do you know that? Because once we identify how much you should be paid, the baseline, we can work going up, continue increasing your worth. Week number three, we'll talk about building confidence and competence, because these two go hand in hand. The more confident you are, the more competent you become. The more competent you are, the more confidence you get. So they go hand in hand. I heard of this saying that in this race of life, without confidence, you are defeated twice. Week four, we will look at mastering communication. Remember, you need to learn how to communicate. Number two, we'll learn how do you master influence and how you master networking to get the most of the 85% of the high-paying jobs which have been getting through networking. Week five, I will share with you the tools that you will use to track and evaluate your progress. And then the sixth week, we will now narrow it down to your case. How do you negotiate that six-figure salary based on your skills, based on all the value that you have? On top of the 6 weeks coaching program, I will also give you one of our professional certification masterclasses, which is valued at about 100,000. So the value you're getting out of the program so far is about 200,000. We have 4 main certifications that we offer. The first one is project management. The second one, project monitoring and evaluation. The third one is strategic management and leadership, and we have fundraising and resource mobilization. Come to think of it, where's the money at? It is international organizations and NGO. And what are the kind of skills they are looking for? They want people with project management, project monitoring and evaluation, fundraising, and resource mobilization. And you can get this certification. You get into a corporate at an entry level, you work a little bit harder, you get to the mid-level. Now, for you to be able to attract this six-figure salary, you should be able to find yourself in the management and leadership of that company. And what better way to influence their decision by letting them know you have a certification in strategic management and leadership. Now, on top of the 6 weeks coaching program, you will get one of the certification masterclass. You will also get professional CV writing. I know most people have CVs, and it is just a documentation of where they went to school, where they have worked, a list of their responsibilities, and probably their referees. But that is not a CV. That's not a professional CV. That's just a bunch of facts important to you, but they are not really helping you. A professional CV is a document that you use to market yourself. It is, think about a company that has a new product or service, even an old one, and they want to market it. They will use TV, radio, newspaper, all these things. Me and you don't have the luxury of having a billboard about ourselves, but we use a professional CV, and you need to be very clear on what is it that you're selling. You're selling your skills, your abilities, your qualifications, your experience to the employer. And how you put it across is very important. It is said that from a famous study, hiring managers and recruiters take about 6 seconds to decide if they're going to read through your CV or not. Does your CV pass that 6-second test? I have seen, this is the most common layout of CVs I've seen. And take a look at this. I don't know if I need to give you 6 seconds to decide what can this person do? Because that is what is at the back of the mind of the hiring manager. This is a guy called Athiambo Ojwang, male, Kenyan, married, date of birth. This information is important, but it's not telling us anything. We give him a benefit of doubt. We decide to scroll down and see their career objectives. Now, I have picked a random sample of career objectives that I've seen over and over, probably from a CV, even from your CV. And as I read them through, I want to ask you to just ask yourself, does your CV career objective resemble the ones that I'm about to show you in tone and in style? Here's the one I see. I am seeking employment with a company where I can grow professionally and personally. As in, what can this person do? As a matter of fact, this statement is very selfish. You're telling the employer what you are going to gain from them rather than what you are bringing on board, right? On the other end, I've seen this very often. I am seeking challenging opportunities where I can fully use my skills for the success of the organization. Again, good wording, but still saying nothing. I want to succeed in a stimulus and challenging environment that will provide me with advancement opportunity. Being selfish. I want to excel in this field with hard work, perseverance, and dedication. Again, not saying anything of value. So if you have such statements in your CV, get rid of them. They are not helping you. They're not adding value to your application process. Now, on top of the 6 weeks coaching program, you get one of our certification masterclass. Then we will do a professional CV for you. And on top of that, you get sample cover letters. The value so far you're getting from the program is about 205,000. Yeah. A cover letter is a highly customized application letter for a specific position. I picked this job description randomly for an accountant. And if you're to work in this company as an accountant, your responsibilities will be to review and establish proper accounting systems, support budget and focusing activities, liaising with internal and external auditors. If you fit this criteria, somewhere in your cover letter, you should have a statement that reads like this. I have the ability to review and establish proper accounting systems. In my previous employment at ABC, I was involved in liaising with internal and external auditors. Yeah. On top of the 6 weeks coaching program, one of our certification masterclass, a professional CV, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide. You will get a guide that will help you prepare a professional profile on LinkedIn. In this day and age, you cannot afford not to have an optimized profile on LinkedIn. International organizations, NGOs are hiring through LinkedIn. Sometimes you just need to click a button, apply with LinkedIn, and your profile is sent to them just as your CV. How does your profile look like? Headhunters are busy looking at people's CVs or their profile, and they get to call you. Unlike your CV, which is might be well done in your flash disk, in your phone, in your computer, in your email, a LinkedIn profile is a living CV. It is working for you even when you are asleep. People are still searching you. Take a look at this email. Got it from Shea Salim. He said, hey, Daniel, I would like to thank you for your LinkedIn profile guide service. After your guidance on how to make a LinkedIn account look more professional, I have now been approached by a potential employer, and I am due for interview on Wednesday next week. Yeah, I got a job. He was not looking for one, but the job came looking for him, yeah? On top of the 6 weeks coaching, you get the certification masterclass, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and now we top it up with interview coaching. I tell you, you need to be prepared for an interview. And 99.99% of the interviews you go for, the first question will be tell us about yourself. And how you answer that question will set the pace for the rest of the interview. Do you know how to answer that question? Do you know how to answer other common questions like, what is your weakness? How much should we pay you? Why should we hire you? What makes you the best candidate? Because once you know how to do that, then you can set yourself apart from the pack. Now that you know what is encompassed in being a badass pro, you get 6 weeks coaching, certification masterclass, professional CV writing, sample cover letter, LinkedIn profile guide, interview coaching, and all the total value you get from the program is about 210,000. My question to you is, are you ready to become a badass pro? If so, let me know in the chat. Just say, yes, I'm ready. Are you ready to become a badass pro? Let me know in the chat. If you're ready, just say, yes, I'm ready. Nelson, CPA Corel, say, yes, he's ready. Who else is ready to become a badass pro? I stand to be counted. That is Charles. So you will become a bold, driven, aggressive, skilled, and self-assured individual. I can see William saying yes. Naomi Omamo saying yes. Sharon Perry saying yes. John Gakip saying yes. Francis saying yes. M saying yes. Oh, this is great. Everyone wants to be a badass pro. Raymond, yes. Becky saying yes. Yvonne, yes. Oh, overwhelming. Thank you very much. I am glad that so many people want to become badass pro. I can see also on YouTube here, Sheila Mukaming saying yes, and she's following the proceeding. Sharon saying yes. There's Sheila Mukaming. Yeah, I'm happy. Good. So let's move on and see then how do you get started with this journey. I had two choices when I was trying to figure out how then do I charge for this program. The first choice that I had was to go as cheap as possible, and this will enable me to get as many people as possible, which is a good way. And the second option that I had was to ask for a slightly higher investment and dedicate my time and effort to guarantee your success. And out of these two options, I felt the one that would serve best my plans is for me to ask for a slightly higher investment and guarantee more time and effort, or dedicate more time and effort so that I can guarantee your success. Now, the offer that I have for you is that this program, the 6 weeks coaching, the certification, professional CV, sample cover letter, LinkedIn, will only cost you $24,999. And the good news is you can pay this in 3 easy installments of $9,999. And this is a special offer that I'm putting out there that is running from today all the way to Sunday midnight. And then on Monday, we'll be able to start up with the program. Absolutely no excuse for you not to take action, because there's a 100 money back guarantee. If you don't get exactly what I have shared with you this evening, within the first 30 days, let me know, no question asked, I will refund your money back. So right now, you have two choices. The first option that you have is to do nothing and not to take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. And the second option you have is to be open-minded. Take up this small investment in yourself today and give it a shot. So out of these two options, doing nothing or being open-minded and taking this small investment in yourself, what's going to be easy for you? Don't drop it in the chat. Just have it at the back of your head. As I finish, I want to tell you this. You have 24 hours. From research, it is said that once you have learned something like you have learned today, it takes 24 hours. If you don't take action in the next 24 hours, chances of you taking action thereafter goes almost zero. So the good news is that I've already shared with you what you need to do. The bad news is that right now it's 8:34. Tomorrow, 8:34 p.m. Will you have taken action? And action does not necessarily mean just paying for the course. Maybe deciding to go and look at your CV, look at your LinkedIn profile. How is it? Thinking about some of the answers that you might give in an interview. Think about how to write a cover letter. All those are actions that you can be able to take. And in this world, and also in this webinar live here, we have two types of people. The first type of people are those who get an opportunity to change their lives. They agree with everything I have shared with you today. They can see how that is applicable in their lives and still do nothing about it. And the second type of people are those who take action and define their own future. So based on these two types of people, my question is, what type are you? Don't answer in the chat, just know in the back of your head. And that is it. You want to get in touch with me? My name is, you can email me, daniel@careerpoint.co.ke. Or you can also, if you want to know more about the Badass Pro program, go to www.careerpoint.co.ke/badass. So I am open to your question. But whoa, before I leave, I have a surprise for you guys. You guys who have stayed with me here live, I want to give you the 6 weeks coaching and all the 4 certification masterclasses. That is project management, monetary evaluation, strategic management and leadership, fundraising and resource mobilization. And if you want to take advantage and get all these 4 certifications, you just need to make one of the deposits, that is 9,999, through the till number 715732 between now and 9 p.m. and to reward those people who will take action. We have about 25 minutes. Make that deposit through the till number, drop in the chat that you have paid, and I will be able to give you all the certification masterclass. And on top of that, you will also get a notebook. Yeah, a notebook written, I am a Badass Pro. Hopefully you can pin me and see the notebook. And on top of the notebook, you will also get a t-shirt written clearly, I am a Badass Pro. And these are only people who take action right now between now and 9 p.m. before we close. These are images of people who took action, just like you are about to, in a night like this when we open this up. This is Helen, all the way in Matu. This is Eunice in Bungoma. This is Scholastica in Kiambu, or Kikuyu. Wilfred in Kiambu here. More people who have joined. Clara in Nairobi West. This is Willie in Gara. This is, why am I forgetting her name? This is it Nancy? Yeah, all the way in Kitui. Yeah, Nancy. And this is Francis, all the way in Mombasa. Took advantage of this offer. So what are you waiting for? You can take advantage of this, get the 6 weeks coaching and all the 4 certification masterclass if you take action between now and 9 p.m. You have about 24 minutes. Once you do that, drop it in the chat and I'll be able to respond to you. If you have any question, please leave it in the chat. Let me check the questions. Any questions? Okay, let me check the chat. I want to answer any question that you might have. Just go to the till number, Lipa na M-Pesa, pay for goods and services. Till number is 715732. Let me check on YouTube if you have any questions. Yes, I can see Mokami say, oh, she was answering the question. She's ready to move on. There is Sharon ready to go. Any question? If you have any question, drop it in the chat because I want to answer any questions that you might be having. Coming back. Okay, no questions so far. By the way, I want to say this. I came to learn this, and this is a quote from Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world, says that the best investment you can ever have is to invest in yourself. This is where you will get the highest return on investment. It is said that for every shilling that you invest in yourself, you will get 30 shillings over time. That is a 3,000% return on investment. I want to ask you, where on this earth right now will you get a 3,000% return on investment? The stock exchange, not right now. They're doing very bad. Real estate, still, you can't get a 3,000%. The only place you can get that is when you invest in yourself. I came to learn about this rule called the 10-10 rule from Brian Tracy. And Brian Tracy says this 10-10 rule, I can explain it and say, we are brought up in a society where we take 10% of our income and we tithe it. We use it to help other people. Now, I want to put it to you, then you need to take 10% of your income and tithe it to yourself. Use it to help yourself, because that is where you will get the most return on investment. And you can do that right away by taking action. I want to show you this an email I got last 2 months ago, October, Mashujaa Day. Felista sent me an email saying, "Dear Daniel, I also thank you for your good work in changing people's lives. I am happy that after my CV was done in August this year, I have landed 3 interviews. Thank you for everything. You are my Shujaa for year 2020. Think about that. She decided to nominate me to be a Shujaa. I'm grateful for that. And because she decided to take action. And I want you to take action right now. Go to Lipa na M-Pesa, make the first installment of only 9,999 through the till number 715732. Then you will be able to take advantage of this offer, get the 6 weeks coaching and all the 4 certification masterclass. Let me say this. After today, after 9 p.m. now, between 9 and Sunday midnight, you can still make the deposit and get 1 of the certification plus all the coaching. But if you take action now is when you will get the 4 certification. Is that okay? And when you get them, I'll also send you a t-shirt. Just let me know where you're at. And I'll also send you a notebook, well written, that you are a Badass Pro. If you have any question, let me see that in the chat. Oh, some of them came in here. I can see Harun Hassan saying, these courses are available online or in class. Now, the courses are done online. We have a learning platform, so we'll create for you an account. You can access all these courses at your own convenience and time, in the morning, in the evening, middle of night, anytime. Is that okay, Hassan? Hopefully you got that. Sharon Paris, you are asking, I'm interested, but I'm not financially able to enroll. How can you help? Now, I have come to learn that unless you pay, it is very hard for you to pay attention. For you to get the most out of this session is for you to pay. Now, if you're not in a position to pay now, that is something that is understandable, but I can give you a deal. And this is, I want to give you even extra. This is what we call negotiating. Let me know how much can you commit with right now. Let me know in the chat and I'll give you all the 4 certification. Let me know, I will commit with this amount, then we can agree how do we spread out the rest over time, yeah? If you do that, let me know in the chat. I promise you in front of everybody else, Sharon Paris, you will get all the 4 certification. That's okay? Thank you. I can see a question from Duncan Kinoti. Is the training or in a call? Is the training online or in a college? If I don't have the money now, can I pay later? Okay. So I think I've already answered almost the 2 questions. Number 1, the trainings or the courses are done online. However, the coaching is both online, virtual, and FaceTime. So we already have the material in our learning platform. But after you go after 1 week, I will call you. We will organize for a phone call or a one-on-one, and then we are able to discuss your progress. But for the certification, they are fully online. If you don't have money, can you pay later? Yes, we can spread out the payment, but you need to make a commitment now. Between now and 9 p.m., you get the 4 certification. If you make a payment thereafter between 9 p.m. and Sunday midnight, you can still be able to get 1 course and we agree on the payment plan for the rest. Hope that is clear. Duncan, thank you for that question. Ed, you're saying interested but not able to pay now. Okay, when are you able to pay? Make a commitment and I'll be able to follow up. Oh, I've gotten a message, private message here. Thank you very much. I can see there is George who has paid the 9,999. Thank you very much, George. You get yourself a notebook. You also get yourself a t-shirt, and you will also get all the 3 certification. I already have the number from the M-Pesa. I will get in touch with you, George, and the rest of my team. Asante sana. This one else here is Abdikadir. Do career point solution over logistic and procurement courses? Not at the moment. We don't have those courses. We have these 4 courses that we are offering. John Gakipi. Can I pay 3,000 for the CV review? I will pay it. Yes, please go ahead. Make the payment right now. I will make a commitment. You pay that 3,000. I'll give you all the 4 courses, but we will agree how we pay the rest. Again, we want to be very flexible because I know during this time, that is why we are even spreading this payment through 3 months. You can pay after every end month for 3 months, even after completing the courses. So make your commitment right now, John. Let me know, and then you will be able to get all the 4 certification. Thank you very much. I can see AI, I will inbox you. Thank you. I wish I can be able to know your name, AI, or even better still, I can't even send a message, or I can't even chat. Okay, just drop in the chat. Let me know your number, yeah? AI87, let me know your number. I'll give you a call personally, yeah? And everyone else, if you want me to give you a call, drop the number in the chat. You can send it in a private way. Private, not everyone needs to get to see your number, and I'll give you a call. Is that okay? I can start with 1,000, sir, then pay the rest in installment. Why not? Duncan, make that payment right now, between now and as we close, and then we can talk tomorrow and agree. Duncan, I have gotten your number. Thank you. I'll give you a call. Unfortunately, I can't even type myself due to some technical. I can only go ahead, read the chat, and move on the slide. But I've gotten the number, Duncan. I'll give you a call, make the payment right away, and then we'll be able to continue. Okay, moving on. Now, I want to ask you, how would you feel if a time like this, that you were passed on a promotion because you did not have the right skills? How would you feel if the person next to you gets a big break because they understood networking and you didn't? It is so sad, and I see this very often. But you can change this thing by taking action right away. Because on the other hand, how would you feel a time like this next year, you're debt-free, living in your dream home and planning your next vacation? This can only happen if you decide to take action right now. It said, the universe conspires to make dreams come true to those who take action. As majestic as the lion is, the king of the jungle, as the eagle flies in high skies, unless it decides to take action, it will die of hunger. Unless it decides to hunt, it will die of hunger. And so will you. If you don't take action, you will not be rewarded. Take action today and let the universe to conspire to bring your dreams come true. And you can only be able to do that by taking action right now. Get the 4 certification, 6 weeks coaching, professional CV writing, cover letter, LinkedIn, interview coaching, for only taking action right now, paying the first installment, which is 9,999 through the till number 715732. There's someone will take on, I think you're doodling or annotating. I cannot remove it. Please don't do it. I am stuck. My screen is frozen. Nancy, I have gotten your number. I will get in touch with you. However, I want you to commit right now, just like George, or let me know before we close this session, because otherwise later on you might not get the whole package. But I want you to get all the 4 certifications. What is your commitment? Nancy, thank you very much for the message. And I will also want to get, there's Sharon, what's your number? Hassan, Haron, go just to private message, send me the message, your number, I'll be able to give you a call because right now I can't, but I can give you a number if you can somewhere you can write. Feel free to get in touch with me. By the way, the email I sent you at the bottom, that is my personal number, 0732 20 97 95. I wish I can be able to chat, write in the chat, but unfortunately I can't right now. Imagine this being your certificate with your name right there, it reading very clearly that this person, your name, has been formally evaluated and assessed and has demonstrated or for demonstrating knowledge in skills and the skills that are needed in monitoring and evaluating projects. And this person can be able to use result-based management and has been awarded a certificate in project monitoring and evaluation. Think about that. Wouldn't that be great? Have your name right there. So I'd say this, take action right now. Make that installment. Okay, thank you. I consider the current situation of COVID. My preference is only virtual coaching. I have been thinking of project management training for quite some time. How is coaching done? Teach mode, timeline. My day is usually tight. Don't worry. I have gotten your phone number. I'll give you a call. I can commit 4K, then complete the rest. Now, even here, you have good news. Go ahead, make that commitment of the 4K. We will agree how we spread out the rest next year, even maybe in December, January, Feb, even March, we can spread it. I totally will be able to do that. I also have some good news for you. You had paid for CV writing, right? Maybe 1,000, 2,000, or 2,500, whichever the amount. We will deduct that from this 24,999. Yeah, so you will pay less what you had paid. You don't need to pay twice. But go ahead, make the commitment now. I have seen your number. Then you will get all the 4 certifications. AI 89. Hope that we are good. Yes, go ahead, make the commitment. Sharon, I have seen your number. Thank you very much. I'll give you a call tomorrow and hopefully we'll be able to take that. Now, this is the last thing. We have 10 minutes. I want to close this session by asking one more last question. And my question is, now that you have stayed here with me for the last 1 hour, almost 1.5 hours, I want to believe that I have not wasted my time. I want to believe also I have not wasted your time. So let me know in the chat, what is the one thing that you have learned that you are going to start implementing? What is it that you can say is your takeaway from this session? Drop it in the chat. I will just read it out and then we will call it a day. I'll be very happy to know what you have learned. What is your greatest takeaway? Sharon Paris, I've gotten the number. Now let me know, what is your greatest takeaway from this session? AI 89, let me know what is your greatest takeaway. Sharon Omamo, got a new number. I'll get in touch with you tomorrow. What is your takeaway from this session? Let me know in the chat. Duncan Kinoti, I got your number. I want you to let me know what is your greatest takeaway. Because the thing is, unless you're able to crystallize, unless you're able to narrow it down to, this is my takeaway, you might leave very excited and almost not do anything about it. But once you crystallize and actually vocalize it or even type it out, it becomes easier for it to have a long-lasting impact in your life. And that is why I had this session. And we do it for free. I had to believe it was of much, much, much value for you. Oh, the chats are coming in. Charles, you're saying very useful stuff, and I will purpose to enroll even if later. Thanks, Big. Thank you, Big. Karibu sana, Charles. But still, I want to know, what have you learned? Yeah, you're saying very useful. Can you narrow it down to 1 or 2 things? This is what I've learned. I'd like to know that. Someone in the techno saying, sorry for joining the meeting late. I am sent my question for your email. Would you kindly respond after the session? Yeah, what is the question? I also don't know your name. The phone is techno. Just drop it privately or in public. Just say your name and the question. I can go around. Please clarify on total amount. Is it 99 or 24? Now, the total amount is 24,999 if you do a one-time payment. But the installment, if you go installment where you're paying in 3 easy installment of 9,999. Hopefully we are together. You can see here I've said 3 easy installments. But if you make it one-time payment, it will be 24,999. Okay? Charles, you are saying you have learned how to state your worth and invest in yourself. Negotiating skills are very key. Thank you. Oh, that is a great takeaway. I appreciate that, Charles. CPA, Nelson, you're saying you've learned about CV objectives. I appreciate. I can see John is saying how to market my CV and to invest in myself. Like that. Even if you drop me your number, I should get in touch with you. Boniface, you're saying you have learned. My best takeaway is that the greatest investment is investing in yourself. If that is all you have taken, I am saying I haven't wasted my time. Taking a bold step and taking action to invest in yourself. Thank you, M, for that. Duncan, your greatest takeaway is the greatest reward is investing in yourself. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, I will clarify on the email. Okay, we'll get there in touch. Sharon, you're saying your greatest takeaway is I should be enthusiastic, be an expert, and sharp as a tack. Yeah, whenever you go to that interview, I have learned to negotiate based on your worth. Yeah, this is great takeaway. C, is the baddest pro virtual or in person? It is both virtual and in person. We have it online, we do it virtual and also in person if you are around. But we try as much as possible to have it virtual, yeah, due to this time. But see, send me your number. See, it's only that I can give you a call, I can explain everything in detail. So, whenever you see, send me your number in private before I close it. I think it has been a great day. I am so happy. Oh, I need to check on YouTube also what is happening here. Okay, if you're YouTube, drop it also in the chat. What is your greatest takeaway? Sheila Mukami or Makumbi, you are following us on YouTube. Let me know what is your takeaway. I want to read now the chats on the takeaway on YouTube. See, send me your number privately. I want to get in touch with you and give you more information. Hopefully, I can be able to guide you on how it's done. I can only do that when I get to see the number, yeah? Because even when I go to search for emails, I wouldn't know who C is. Kennedy, too, you're saying, I paid for CV writing at Career Point, but haven't gotten the results yet. I'm working to property officer. I'm looking for procurement opportunities. How can I secure a procurement job while my experience is in property management? Now, whenever you want to have that shift in your career, it is important to first know what is the destination in mind. And that is what you're selling. Then you should be able to find out how then do I showcase these transferable skills. Because with that, it will be of more value. But Kennedy, because of time, I can see AI, you're saying, I see time is running out. I need more clarity where before the deadline. Okay. AI, I'll get in touch with you. Let me just finish with Kennedy because I also don't want to go past time. Yeah. The thing is, you need to start understanding what are the transferable skills that you can bring from property management to procurement. And once you lead with that, you lead with the destination, it becomes very easy to secure that job. Is that okay? I'll give you, I can be able to help you. They send me the CV, I will be able to find a place for you. What clarification is it you want for the AI? Why am I giving a deadline by 9 p.m.? I like rewarding people who take action right there and there. You had already taken action by saying, paying up for a CV, right? I want you to commit because as I said, people pay attention when they pay. I have given this program. I have given other things to other people, my family and friends for free. And I can tell you, they don't make any progress. Unless someone, an external person, an outsider comes in, just pay. They trust me, I guide them. But because they paid, they pay attention. They see the results. Is that okay? That is why I'm doing it. Thank you very much, Sophia McKenna. You're saying you have learned investing in myself. That is very great. Okay, someone is trying to see if that number I've given is my number. Yes, it's my number. Please don't call me right now. you can call me later. Thank you very much. I can see Raymond, you're saying I appreciate your CV after you reviewed. I got 2 interviews to CEO level. Thank you. Unfortunately, I'm still looking for an opportunity. It never materialized, but I know God is with that. Thank you very much. But at least you can see the progress. I can guide you for the rest. Okay, Kennedy will share with that. I think that has a bit. I'm very happy. I will be able to keep in touch. Our time is up. Allow me to end this. Now, I don't know even how I will end it because my controls are all frozen. Okay, I think. Thank you very much. I think now I'll have to shut down my computer for it to go off or something. But I appreciate Raymond. I have seen the number 0718. Okay, I'll give you a call. And thanks for the presentation. I appreciate. Okay, now you can leave. I think the meeting is over. It's only me now struggling here, ending the meeting. Hey, everyone, you're still here? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, now at least I can see who was here. Dan Kinoti, I can see you, thank you. There's Donald. Okay, I think it has just restarted. I think we can call it a day, unless there's any